going on, guys? Thanks for watching again. In this video, I'm not happy. Not after last night. Last night put me in a very bad mood, to say the least. The first game went fine. Giants, Dallas. So, the Giants had a win, and they did. I had a video that you guys can look it up. I had an instant reaction from that video. And I was saying I was going to wait for the Washington game and the Eagle game that night. So going to that day, the Giants had a win. Waking up yesterday morning. Giants had a win. And then after that, if they did win, they had a hope that Washington loses to Philadelphia. If Washington loses, the Giants will win the division. If Washington wins the division. Okay. But how that Washington game and the Eagle game ended, or how that fourth quarter began and the game ended, was an absolute disgrace, saying it mildly. It's an embarrassment from the NFL that they allow that to happen in a national primetime game. The Eagles don't owe the Giants anything, by the way. So this is not just hot Giant homeboy talking right now. This is about the NFL perspective. You're scheduling a Sunday night football game, the last game of the regular season, your game of the week, to be with a game between the Washington football team that has a playoff implication. If they win, they're in. They win the division. But the Philadelphia Eagles have nothing to play for. They're playing for pride, or in their case, how they were playing it yesterday, they were tanking, because that's what it was. Let's not beat around the bush. That was tanking at its finest. They were tanking to get a better draft pick next year. They have nothing to play for. They could give a rat's ass who wins the division between the Cowboys, Giants, and Washington. But at the time of the game, Giants or Washington. They don't care. They hate all the teams. So what do the Eagles do? They started their quarterback in Jalen Hurts, who's going to be their future guy next year. Carson Wentz is going to get dealt. He's going to be out of there. They were starting Jalen Hurts for the first three quarters. Washington punts the ball. The third quarter ends. They bring in Nate Sudfeld, their backup quarterback, who's been in the league for several years, has done nothing. He's a bona fide backup. There's nothing to look for in him. He's a backup. So Doug Peterson, their head coach, can sit there and say, we were trying to win. He gave us the best shot to win. Bull crap that was. That was bull crap. You cannot sit there with a straight face and tell everybody, all NFL fans, forget about us Giant fans for a second, all NFL fans, or Eagle fans or whatever, that you were trying to win that game and he gave you the best chance to win. That is a bunch of bull you-know-what. It's a joke. For the NFL to have that game Sunday night, they could have scheduled the Packers and Bears, where the Bears have playoff implications. If they win, they're in. If they lose, and Arizona wins, the Cardinals, they'd be out. But if the Packers win and the Saints lose, the Packers get the number one seed in the bye. Could have had the Packers-Bears, or you could have had the Rams-Cardinals, where both teams were fighting for a playoff spot. Both had playoff implications. But no, you schedule a Washington football team against the Eagles, where one team could have done this like the Eagles did, just bench their starters, especially their quarterback, and play a backup scrub. NFL, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is an embarrassment. That's a slap in the face to all NFL fans who have watched this product the entire season. For you to let that be the Sunday night game, the game of the week, is a joke and a disgrace. Nice going, Goodell. It's a slap in the face to everybody who follows the NFL and watches and loves football. So, like I said, the Eagles have every right to bench guys because they have nothing to play for. I wouldn't mind if the Giants were in that situation doing the same thing. But that game should have been 1 o'clock with the Giants-Cowboys. How do you let that be the 8:30 game? Your national primetime game where you're getting ratings, where everybody in the country is watching. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. And for the head coach, Doug Peterson, who's not losing his job, by the way. He's a Super Bowl champion there. He's not losing his job. So he's preparing for the future. For you to sit there and lie and say that we were trying to win and that he gave us the best, Nate Sudfeld gave us the best shot to win, is a bunch of bull crap. Baloney. That was the clear definition of tanking at its finest. Anyways. Oh, that's for my take on that game last night. I'll go to the Giants now and recap the season. Obviously, the Giants have nobody to blame but themselves, man. They have nobody to blame but themselves. This team, there were multitude of reasons why they finished 6-10, and if you're trying to win a game and then hope that another team in your division loses to win a division, and it's not your own destiny, that's on you. The Giants had so many opportunities to not let that happen, and it did. Evan Ingram's dropped catch against the Eagles. I forgot what week it was, but it was when the Giants were 1-6. He dropped a third down pass that could have iced the game in the fourth quarter, and the Giants would have won, but instead they had a punt. Eagles drove down the field and won the game 22-21. That was a big time part of the season. And also the quarterback play. Daniel Jones was absolutely brutal the first month of the season. Didn't play well this year. He had, what did he have? His touchdown to turnover ratio was horrible. He had 11 total touchdowns, I believe, to 16 turnovers. Granted, he cut his fumbles lost in half from 12 to 6, but still 6 is not good, really that good. He ranked 21st out of 32 starting quarterbacks in total QBR. That's bottom of the league, basically. He also was ranked in the bottom 5 in passer rating. League average is 95. He was at 80. That's not good. The Giants' offense ranked 31st in the league, only behind the New York Jets. That just tells you something right there. The offense was an absolute disgrace this year. Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, with his play calling this year, equally to blame. Absolutely brutal. I wouldn't mind if he left. If he stays, whatever. But I know the Giants are going to have another year with Daniel Jones. But this is it for me. Honestly, if he doesn't improve year 3, which I give quarterbacks, just like Sam Darnold, I think is done. Jets should grab a quarterback. Probably Justin Fields, hopefully. Or, well, I'm not a Jet fan, but I don't care. But Justin Fields, they probably take second overall. But the Giants, after this season, after 2021, if Daniel Jones still doesn't improve and he's on the downward trend, you got to reevaluate the quarterback position. You just got to. So that's that. I think the Giants' defense, though, did improve a lot this year. Much better than I thought they would be. Their bright spot was supposed to be the offense going into the season. It ended up being the defense. It was reversed. Defense was supposed to be bad, but the offense was bad. There's no excuse there. Daniel Jones was horrible the first month of the season. He did cut his turnovers down in the second half. Still, though, little too late. Wasn't good enough. 6-10. Giants are done. I think Dave Gettleman should be fired. I've explained to him he's the worst GM in football. I'm tired of his act. He needs to go. Him and his ego can just good riddance. Get the hell out of New York or New Jersey. But I think the Giants should go after receiver in the draft. I think Devonta Smith out of Alabama, who's a stud, should be the pick. I would be okay with Jamar Chase too, but I feel like a receiver at their pick, they're picking number 11. I feel like that should be what they should go for, because I think Golden Tate is not. I think they should let him walk. Shepard's a great number 2. Slayton's a good number 3. They need a number 1 receiver, a tall guy, can catch in the red zone, and can make his own plays when he has the football in his hands. Devonta Smith, I believe, is that guy. 6'1", has cat-like speed, or cheetah-like speed almost. Like, he's so explosive. I saw his highlights. That's all I've had to see. Saw him against the game against Notre Dame. He's by far the best player on Alabama. Definitely this year. I think Devonta Smith is the way to go. Giants drafted offensive line last year, so I give him another year to work together and try to protect Daniel Jones. Hopefully Saquon being healthy would help. That could have been another reason why the Giants didn't do as well on offense this year or had a bad offensive year. The loss of your best player, that doesn't really help. I mean, Saquon Barkley is one of the best running backs in the league, but that just tells you, though, that running backs don't truly matter sometimes. But hopefully, with all the right pieces on offense, Saquon coming back, getting a stud receiver, I think that could help Daniel Jones. But we have to see. It's all ifs at this point. What ifs? So we'll see what happens. I think they got to re-sign Leonard Williams on defense. He was one of the best defenders this year. I think they should trade away Evan Ingram, man. That guy has butterfingers. I'm tired of seeing him drop passes, especially the crucial one against Philadelphia, like I said before. But those are the reasons why the Giants are losing, man. I mean, to be 31st ranked in offense is pathetic. Having the worst offense in the NFC is not what you want. And I'm disgusted. Disgusted. Having the worst record the last 3 years combined in the NFL it's an embarrassment. That needs to change. This is a franchise that has won 4 Super Bowls and is class personified in the NFL, one of the top franchises on Forbes' list value-wise. There's no excuse why this team performs the way it has the last 3 years. And Dave Gettleman needs to go. He just needs to go. But that's my take on the Giants. Like I said before, just not fun. A waste of a day yesterday for me. Was not happy at all. Especially with the Giant game, them giving me a headache. Now looking back on it, by the way, the Philadelphia Eagles tanked that game. I wish the Giants did lose to get a better draft pick, but you can't do that, though. You can't tell your team to tank. It's hard to root for your team to lose. But I'm trying to look forward to the positive things in 2021, and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted on more videos with the Giants later on, earlier this year, later on in the year. Hopefully during draft day, free agency, we'll see what happens. Good luck to all the NFL teams that are in the playoffs now. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever any of you guys celebrate. Hopefully it was great. And I hope you guys are having a great new year so far. 2020 is in the tank. Good riddance. Never, don't miss it at all. So hopefully 21 becomes better, and we'll see what happens from there. I appreciate you guys watching this. I'll come out with a video next time, hopefully next week or Friday. I'll say I want to get this video out quickly. I know I said in my previous video that I had a green screen. I got it for Christmas from my girlfriend. I appreciate that gift from her. I haven't got a chance to set it up yet. It's behind me. I got to look into it. I'm still a beginner on how to use it. I didn't have time today to look it up. Right now it's about like a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. I just wanted to be able to get this video out for you guys so you guys can have my reaction on what happened yesterday and how the season ended for the Giants. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Take care.